Hello, everyone, and welcome into more Seven Wonders Duel here on the Sorcerer Network. My name's Sorcerer Matt. This is a really nice set of wonders. Let's start with Temple of Artemis. We are having a great run here in the last couple days. We are now more comfortably above 300 ELO. Not saying that we can't lose it here, but it's nice to be not be at like 301. Yeah, so I in my wonders I took the Statue of Zeus and Sanctuary because I just don't think the Great Lighthouse is all that good. I'm expecting my opponent to grab this wood, and then I will grab this wood. So the nice thing about this is I get a yellow card and I get the wood. You'll love to see it. Okay, so I'm gonna throw this over here. This is an okay Pantheon, but it probably is the weakest out of the Egyptian ones. It's a little bit of a bummer that I revealed the resource to my opponent. However, barring my opponent wants to use an extra turn here, which I think personally would be very dumb. Yeah, so we know one of these is we know he's getting the option to put Ra out there, and that's an interesting that's interesting. All right, I'm definitely gonna do this. Oh, really? Okay, I'm happy to get the two cards here. Okay, all right. I'm happy with how this is going. Yes, please, to the glass. I probably grab a science card here too. There's not bad science things here. Yeah. Let's do it. Got to be a little bit careful with my coin situation. Excellent. Excellent. All right, so now we can just discard this. So, because I'm curious if this is Ra. Again, my opponent could be playing mind games with me. I know I talked about this earlier this week on the channel that you could put an Egyptian one near you to kind of force your opponent to do something about it. However, I'm gonna want to spend an extra turn late because of the Sanctuary. I want the discount, and I need to kind of play. I think the reason why I don't like the Sanctuary is because I don't play it right. Yeah, I think I'd rather just have the resource here than the science card. I mean, I know it's free for me, but yeah, see, I'm pretty okay if my opponent wanted to do that. So yeah, I mean, I'm assuming my opponent's going to discard this. Okay. And then now I'll Sanctuary into... my opponent recovered well to get the gate to be here. Oh, man. Man, I mean, even if I get Rod here, I guess, nah, that was the wrong move. I should have just buried this because now my opponent, yeah, that's Ra, and I get the Temple of Artemis stolen. Yeah, that was not smart. That was not smart. I think we can still recover from that mistake, but I don't think that was not a good move. Yeah, that was just dumb. All right, well, so I am gonna do this, and I think I'm going to go strategy. I'm going to kind of scare my opponent a little bit. And we did. Okay. I feel very happy to grab the coins here. Because, yeah, pretty happy with that. And I'm also pretty happy with this. Now I have one of everything, and I have access to some war cards here. And with how early I got strategy, I could really put some pressure on my opponent. Yeah, my opponent decides to go there. I wonder if my opponent decides to go. No, does not decide to go law. Okay. Well, I am happy to do this. Causes my opponent to lose some more coins. That's a bummer. A little bit of a bummer. All right, well, we're gonna do the gate, especially because we can get the gate for 7 coins here. Again, I'm not playing the sanctuary correct. I'm just, screwing up all over the place. Bale is tempting here, except I think that I am now so pot committed to this this war thing. Like, I can make this dangerously uncomfortable here, and possibly even win in the second age, depending on how these cards fall. Now, my opponent does have some extra turns, and might choose to use them. Yeah, so, like, my opponent is going to do that. Great. But now I'm going to spend my extra turn. I don't care about this. I'm now like solely focused on I'm just gonna win this in a military way. Like I'm 1 card away. If I can get this, I'm 1 card away. Now I don't think I'll be able to do that. But I definitely pay the coin and stick that here to make this more difficult for my opponent. Man, if only that was a 2. I want my opponent to reveal these 2, or have to waste an extra turn in order to reveal those 2. Because I want to try to decrease the extra turns that my opponent can do something with. The other thing I could do is if neither of these are war cards, I could... Okay, my opponent is playing very risky there. Okay, so what I can do here is I'm going to go ahead and construct this because there's only 1 war card over here. And so I'm going to discard the clay. And so the most that my opponent can do here is back this up 1, meaning the Minerva statue stays in play. Very happy about that. I mean, listen, I force my opponent to play the war card. It cannot, so it has to discard it. That's excellent. And then I probably do this simply on the grounds of I want to make my opponent have to choose some things. All right, that's nice. I probably just go Urbanism because... That's 6 coins with the potential for more coins. It's the wars. Like I'm now on the I just need a war card. My opponent should let me go first here. Yep. I'm gonna take the coins because at this point I am just all about. That's a little bit of a bummer. I'm all about the war cards. But this is where this play is nice because all it does is get rid of this. My opponent should play it. Yeah, okay. I'm curious why my opponent is not playing it. The nice thing here is we can do this. That gets us more coins. The other nice thing is we're not like completely hosed on victory points. I think my opponent has too many extra turns for me to win this from a military standpoint. However, my opponent is playing extremely fast and loose here. Just a blatant disregard for anything that's happening. Great. Yep, use up that extra turn. And especially because it's going to cost you 6 coins. Yeah. Love this. All right, let's do this. I don't want to reveal this card. Great. Let's do this. Yeah, so I don't think I win military-wise, but we at least kind of made my opponent have to consider what was going on. Now, the question is, did we do enough to actually win? And the answer is I don't know. The nice thing is my opponent only has 1 more extra turn. So, like, I'm very happy to do this because I don't think I'm going to win from a military standpoint. And so I would much rather, yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Waste your time. I'm very happy to now. So while my opponent was grabbing all these war cards to have to do something about it, and I'll be curious to see, is my opponent scared of the war here? Or does my opponent... Oh, you'll love to see it. You love to see all of this, and I'm going to 100% do this. This is going to be a butt ton of coins. Does my opponent say I need this to be discarded? I don't know. So I'm probably not getting this card simply on the grounds that my opponent can use an extra turn here. Yeah, because it's not really going to matter here. So I think I'd just rather do this. And then my opponent can get that, and that's okay. Here's the nice thing, though, is I put my opponent in a weird state where if my opponent should, I think, Sphinx this card. Well, yeah, that's exactly what my opponent should do. Yeah, okay. Because that's worth more points. And then probably should just play that to get 3 more points. This is going to be close. I don't know if I have this. I do have a massive coin advantage, and that's what's going to do it. So the coins and the purple cards. Beautiful. So yeah, my opponent had to play so many cards that were just basically worth nothing in that last stage that we were able to pull it out. So very, very nice. Getting strategy early can be incredibly powerful for your game. You see, because all those then double shields in the second age just become 3 shields, which is really, really difficult to deal with. So if you can get strategy early on, even if you weren't going for like a war thing, it can be pretty gross. Oh, dang. This is wish I was going first here. Some good science cards here. Theology and economy. Ooh-wee. Okay, Sanctuary and Mausoleum, I think, are what I want. Divine Theater, yes, please. All right. Tavern is what my opponent should do here, in my opinion anyway. I think the Tavern, especially because you can guarantee that you'll probably get the leftover of one of these 2 that I'm not taking. And so that actually, puts us in an interesting position here where let's turn the tables a little bit. I want this. I don't care which one of these my opponent wants to get. I'll just take the other one. And now my opponent could flip this as well and go, well, I'm going to grab this stone and take whichever one you don't want. Like, you can kind of play some games here. Especially with how many cards we see revealed. We know where both wood are, we know where both stone are, and we know where one of the clay is, as well as 3 of the yellow cards. So, okay. That's wonderful. Okay. All right. So we're not monkeying around anymore. We're just going to grab this. And then let's Zeus over here. Yeah, so that just kind of becomes a nothing that we reveal. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, sure. I don't know. It's not great for us, but it also isn't like the worst thing in the world. All right, so let's discard some stuff, kind of get our coins back up. Okay, I'm happy to do this. We're gonna throw this here. I guess I could probably go law, considering there's no science cards that have been taken. The good news here is my opponent, could feasibly say, I'm going to use an extra turn here, but with how expensive those extra turns are, I'm here for it. Do it. Do it. Do it, Anakin. Or in this case, Big Mac 540. From Belgium, right? This is Belgium. Yeah, look at me, no flags. I'm the greatest. Though if you watch any of my Ticket to Ride Europe videos, you will know that I, in fact, am not the greatest. So my opponent does spend the capital. Wow. Well, then I'm going to do this. There's enough decent stuff out here that, that stinks to give up that wood. But first of all, we have the ability to maybe get another one. And then, yeah, I do not hate how this has. So again, my opponent could decide, hey, I'm gonna use an extra turn here, but great. Use up all your extra turns in the first stage. I'm here for it. The only bummer is that we are not going to get the gate in our in the best slot. But I'm not really sure that I care. All right, this is a pretty easy decision. The only decision that would have been hard if this card would have been the wood reserve. That would have been kind of difficult. Honestly, I really feel like the... I'm just going to save the coin, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know. The coin was really the only reason. I don't love that my opponent took that. That's kind of annoying. All right, so there's the coins here. So my opponent probably grabs Tanit here, which is, a thing, I suppose. But yeah. All right. I am all for just let's invest into this. All these are kind of bad, except that this one always seems to just do way better than it should. This is actually interesting here because it could allow us to get the Divine Theater, and then we could definitely maybe look at stealing a Wonder. We could definitely look at stealing a resource. That would be especially stealing a wood right here would really like help us stabilize. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know, you do you, man. All right. I know this gives up the glass, but this is just that's really good. And I can still bail it up and grab that glass if need be. Okay, well, this is a pretty easy decision because I can just discard that. What do we got in the discard pile? Nothing. Alrighty. Sir. I think I'm just going to continue to discard. I don't really want to spend a ton of my coins. Go for it. Yeah, glass is what I kind of need. So maybe I do. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, I think we do this. Let's pay 3 coins to... I'm going to put this under here. I think my thing with Ra is... And maybe I still should be doing Ra. I just don't think that that's as... I don't know. Are either of these like insane? I guess this is an extra turn, but I don't know. I don't think that really like turns the tables for me. And I think, oh, yes, please. I think my opponent is doing the classic, I'm just going to grab all these resources because I can, and ultimately it's not really that great. So I'm okay grabbing this. Again, if my opponent wants to load up on resources, load up away. I mean, okay, I can't get that, but so be it. Okay. I am a little bit nervous about falling so far behind on points that this just becomes a problem. So what I am going to do is this. And I'm going to grab this. Because I don't think economy is as good here. I think that theology is really, really nice. Just very, very nice here. I'm assuming my opponent's going to take mysticism, which is a good plan. Let us now. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Let's get rid of the 2 stone. That's just kind of, you know, that's kind of mucking me up here. And I am happy to pay the 3 coins. I know this goes into this, but I think that's pretty nice. Okay, let's now, because now we're getting some coins. This is so nice. We got, you know. That's fine. We're just gonna continue. We're just gonna get some coins here. Get some coins. I get to choose who goes first. This is great. Yes, I will be going first, and yes, I will be grabbing this. We know where both of the other ones are. Great. Money, money, money. And the nice thing here is even if my opponent goes Appian Way, I can get an extra turn off of the Mausoleum, which I probably wait to see if anything else hits the discard pile. That's absolutely wonderful. Interesting. I suppose I could secure 12 points here. I think I'm going to play with my food a little bit. I want to see if my opponent grabs that. Okay. All right, so this is a pretty easy thing that we're gonna do here. We're gonna go ahead and do this, and we're gonna grab this from the discard piles. So just back you on up, and then because I get an extra turn, I can do this, and that secures at least the 12 points. Again, a little bit concerned about the points situation. Yeah. So if my opponent wants to continue to play war cards, that's just going to be low impact. That's a bummer. So I mean, we're gonna go ahead and do this. I think I'm too far behind here. So I'm just going to get rid of this up here. This was just delay that turn. That was the only reason. So yeah, like you want to keep doing that, that's fine. I will happily continue to try to close this gap. Yeah, cool. Cool. I mean, not cool, but so be it. Yeah, I'm not thinking that this is gonna work out here, especially because my opponent is gonna get 11 points here. Oh, or not. My opponent absolutely should have taken this one, and then they would have gotten 11 points versus 3 points and some coins. Yeah, I'm just too far behind in this one. Yeah, GG. GG. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, let's do this thing. I'm down. I'm down. So let's propose that rematch. I love it. Let's start it now. All right, yeah, best 2 out of 3. You know, we gotta make that happen here. Always like when we can get opponents that are, you know, some nice strong games with my opponent. So what I find that this opponent does that is a little bit interesting that not many do is really commits to the blue cards very, very quickly. And so the issue is that you can kind of get behind very, very quickly, which is not ideal. So it is just going to have to be something we watch. We're going to have to watch a science game in this one. Okay. Hanging Gardens would be what I would first pick here. But then probably Mausoleum, Statue of Zeus is what we're looking at, giving up the Colossus. Yeah. So Mausoleum, Statue of Zeus, and then we'll give up the Colossus. We'll take the free resource. We know where 2 of the yellow cards are. We know where 3 science cards are. My opponent will get to stack that one. Ooh. That's interesting. Ooh, I like that, though. That's really nice. We are going to have to be careful here. Because if we dink around a little too much, we might run in a position to where Okay. I know this gives up the stone or the wood, but so be it. Like, whatever. I think that's perfectly fine. This is a really terrible discard, but there's nothing we could have done to increase that discard in any way. So interesting that my opponent went for that one instead of the one that revealed 1. It makes me wonder if my opponent wanted to make sure that I didn't know which Egyptian cards my opponent went with. All right, there's a yellow card. So my opponent should no. I mean, I'm going to continue grabbing the yellow cards. I'll happily do that. Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, I know I keep just like blowing through money here, but I'm going to keep getting the resources. Yeah, the problem that I'm having here is that I'm not going to have money to do anything. But this is increasing our discard power. So let's do that. Let's increase our discard power because I probably will use like if this isn't the wood reserve, it's not. So I think what I do here is this. I know this is my only extra turn, but I think that this does a couple things. One, it means my opponent does not get any yellow cards in the first stage. Two, it means if my opponent wants to go first next round, which it looks like my opponent does not care, do I? I think I just discard this for coins. So yeah, now I get to go first, and I am 100% going to pay 8 coins, and we are going to raw away the Hanging Gardens. And then probably next time I'm going to follow it up with the Gate. My opponent is doing the normal, like... To me, this is 6-1 if it doesn't do another, except that I would prefer that my opponent does not have any yellow cards. If my opponent gets this, cool. I don't care as much. Okay. I want to make sure that I have a little bit more coin than what I have right now, and I do have the ability to go to the Mausoleum and get something. So now we do this. Let's pour into the Gate. What do we get? Oh man, Economy is tempting here. But I also think that just 12 coins is probably better. No, I think that Economy is better with where we're at right now. Now we are going to want to keep it that way. Okay, I'm okay with you doing that. As well as I'm okay with this. Let's get some more coins. Yeah, neither of us decided to go sciences here. So either way, I'm giving up something to my opponent. I really would prefer this. I mean, if I'm committing to the bit, I'm committing to the bit. So I don't waste any coins here. And I now get my 2 papyrus. Now I know I'm at risk of over-resourcing here. I'm curious how my opponent plays this, because just straight up, yeah, I'm going to try to bury my opponent in value is what I'm going to try to do. That's a little bit of an annoying card to come up, because that does help my opponent pay for things easier. But now we got to make sure that we don't fall behind. That's the name of the game here. Name of the game is we can't fall behind. I am going to. I know I give this up. So be it. Especially because I get money for it. And then I think that I am happy to do this. And I'm going to get rid of that. Okay. And then I am going to... I'm going to discard this. Anubis would be great on my Temple of Artemis. Like, really great. Oh, I will absolutely go first, and I'm going to try to grab... It's the blue cards that I really gotta worry about here. All right. I think 7 points is just straight up better. Excellent. 7 points is really great. Even if it gives up 6 points, don't really care. All right, so I'm going to absolutely Anubis the Temple of Artemis here. That's just super good. I have the Mausoleum. There's really kind of crappy things in the discard pile. Like, there's really just not anything good. All right. I'm willing to pay 3 coins. Let's not. Come on. Let's back this thing up here. I probably am not going to be able to get all of these simply on the grounds of how they're lined up. Okay, we're just discarding that. Yeah, points are points. Let's just keep stacking them up. Yeah, I'm not feeling as behind here, so that's wonderful. Say, I'm curious when my opponent decides to spend the capital. I probably want to do this. I want to see if I can maybe get like something that gets me points. Like, yeah. Do I just get the 7 points here, or do I get the agriculture? I think I've got enough money. I've got enough money engine here. I'll just take the 7 points. That's great. Wonderful. I am happy to do this. My opponent smartly does that because then, depending on which temple this is, my opponent can pay for it. The good news here is I get the 12 points versus 5 points. I'm already up by 2. This is great. The other thing that I can do here is man, there's really nothing in the discard pile, like absolutely nothing. Assuming my opponent just plays this, then what I'll do is I'll Temple of Artemis and then maybe even just play this instead of doing something, because there's really nothing in the discard pile that's worth getting. I mean, I guess I could like swing a 4-point swing here, but I don't think I care about that. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I don't really want to extend this game. I think I'm in complete control. I don't need to I don't need to do anything here. Oh yeah, there's 5 points in here. Oh my gosh, let's just do this. Let's go get 5 points. And we also get 2 points. So like paying 1 coin for 7 points. Yeah, let's do it. And then if my opponent really wants to do that and give me a couple coins, yep, that's great. And it's worth just 3 victory points. So, yeah, we didn't have to make as big of a comeback there. So that was nice. Yeah, I mean, you know how it is. Yeah, I'm good for one more. Yeah, I'm good for one more. Let's propose a rematch. We've got a formidable opponent here, and I always appreciate getting into good games here. I have 1,000 things I need to do after this recording, and it's already very late. But that's fine. It's all fine. All right, let's see. Divine Theater is what I would go for here. But you can make an argument for, you can make an argument for that. But I think that's fine. I maybe should have taken the pyramids and not given my opponent a 9-pointer, just given my opponent's aggressiveness. But I think I'm okay with that. I'm actually very okay having both Divine Theater and Temple of Artemis. That's pretty nice. My opponent has a decision to make here. If this was me, I'd probably take Circus Maximus and Statue of Zeus just to, like, put out the threat that I'm going to do stuff, but meh. Decent stuff here. Economy, agriculture. Architecture's not, like, awful. All right. I'm just going to throw the snake over on my opponent's side. I think that's fine. All right, that's a little bit of a bummer. But we'll just discard for 2 coins. The good news is we haven't spent any money. So that's nice. So this is the 4th game I've now played against this opponent, and I think this is a very, very good opponent. Some non-traditional strategies coming out of Big Mac here, which can make him more difficult to play against, or her. I do not know if this is a her or a him. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and discard that. Really? I mean, I know the wood reserve is really good, but I think the tavern's just even better. Okay. All right, this is going well for me to get the gate. Hey, look at that. We get rewarded. There's a wood for us. Um, so yeah, my opponent probably does something with the science card. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna just discard this. I don't mind placing this token, especially because I'm gonna place it here. Like I'm just gonna throw Neptune here. And now the gate is gonna be in perfect position for us. All right, that's fine, I suppose. I think we're okay to construct this. I like that plan. And then even, I think we just go ahead and construct this as well, because there's a couple of science token or cards in the... And then, yeah, Anubis right over here, and then we just, we got the gate right here for 6 coins. Well, that's fun. Which one you want? I'm like, I didn't really want to get rid of that glass. I'm assuming my opponent is going to play this on the grounds of my opponent wants to go first next turn. Yeah, I think this is raw. I probably would just put... See, I would have put that here. I would have great lighthouse that. Whoa, we got Ra and Bale. Woo! I mean, Ra is coming out right now. Probably taking... I mean, Temple of Artemis or Divine Theater is what you're wanting. Temple of Artemis it is. So I don't feel the need to rush out and get Bale. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Because this will allow me to... Yeah, because I kind of want this card too. Or do I? Could double Divine Theater here. I can't Ra and I can't Bale, so, I mean, I guess I could just get money. Money's always nice. I'm kind of in a position of, like, science is in play here. Like, very much in play here. But yeah, I want to make sure that I get Bale. That's the biggest thing, because so I guess I've made a mistake here in that my opponent could as my opponent stole Temple of Artemis, that means my opponent could technically Temple of Artemis into Bale. So that was a mistake on my part. But it's often very, very difficult to see things that happen in this game. The reason I would want the Forum is because my opponent does have Circus Maximus and could get rid of one of my resources, and I think I'd rather just not have that happen. Okay, so my opponent did not realize it, so before my opponent does, I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to take one of these stone. It honestly doesn't matter, but... Yeah, my opponent was very much focused on not wanting me to get, yeah. So like I'm getting this. My opponent did not want me to get a progress token, which is fine. It's a noble thing that not wanting me to get. Interesting. Just going to go ahead and discard this, because I probably want to do the gate sooner rather than later, because the gate's just really good. Okay. So yeah, we're going to do this, and we're going to discount it. And what do we get here? We get a lot of hot garbage is what we get. Do I get law? I think that's too shoehorned in. Like I mean, how realistic is it that I really get this science victory? I think I'd rather just have 9 points. It's kind of a weak gate. I suppose the argument for grabbing the law there would be then I would technically, I had 2 chances at the. Okay. Yeah, I made a little bit of a mistake there. Again, I guess mistake is not really the right way to look at it, because I could have done the mausoleum, gotten one of the sign symbols out of the discard pile, done the divine theater, gone and gotten Hades, got another thing out of the discard pile with law that would have given me 5 tokens going into the last age. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Sadly, we did not do that. Now we still could set ourselves up. Okay, I don't really like this. This is kind of annoying. So I'm just gonna discard this, and then I don't really care what you want to do. Okay. So, this is why getting the forum was really nice, because now, no matter what my opponent decides to do, I have the other one. That is very hilarious. You know what? I actually don't care if my opponent gets the 2 clay, because I can just get rid of it later. I should work to do some of my wonders, though. Because... I can also double dip on the Divine Theater with Anubis here. Well, I got a lot of options here. I think that I'd like to do this. And then we're going to do this, because we're going to grab just the straight up 12 coins. And then we have the ability to Anubis and then get something out of the discard pile. Again, had we done law, this would have been really nice. Alas, we did not. You live and you learn. I definitely don't think we're doing poorly in this game. Okay, so my opponent decides to go that route. Okay. So now I am going to go ahead and spend and go ahead and do this. Because I would like these 6 coins. I'd also like to do... Okay, yep. That's kind of annoying, especially because now I won't be able to, I won't be able to activate the snake. So I'm going to give my opponent these 6 coins. I don't necessarily care about that. Well, I mean, I do, but all right, I'm going to go ahead and construct this wonder. I think that just is okay. I want to discard the wood. Okay, I get to go first. That's a very strong opening there. I don't know if I have this one. I'm not sure I have this one. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold off on... See, yes. Yes. I mean, I might not be able to afford it because I don't have any money, which that's the problem there. Money is the problem. Because I was hoping to maybe surprise my opponent a little bit. And I probably should have discarded that one. I'm really botching this game here. Holy crap. Yeah, I mean, I kind of need to just go for points here. I don't really feel like I'm that strapped for resources, and yet, you know, that's where we're at here. The good news is there's other stuff in the discard pile that I can get. Okay, well, I'm gonna get the one that's free for me, because I'm not doing terrible on points here. Like, I mean, I'm not doing great. But I'm also not doing terrible. All right, well, a science victory is now out of the question because I can't seem to keep... All right, so I have to do this, otherwise I lose. Yep, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but, I mean, it's... Yeah, and this is not great because my opponent's going to play this. I mean, just going to do this. And I'm going to go grab this. I think my opponent thought they had me in a trap. I'm curious what my opponent does here. I think you should... Yeah, see, this is I mean, I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice on this, that's not a war card. Yeah. My opponent, in my opinion, should have absolutely grabbed the points there. All right, I am pretty okay constructing this and getting a little bit of money. I'm actually very surprised that my opponent has not done the pyramids yet. I'm anticipating that my opponent's gonna do it now. And then yeah, GG. All of those were really good games. Yes, good night to me and good morning to you. So yeah, 2-2. Playing against a worthy opponent. So thank you, Big Mac. Shout out to you. If this video ever finds you, a worthy opponent. You were. So thanks so much for joining us. If you're enjoying the content, hit that subscribe button. See ya. I'll throw a see ya in there. Hit that subscribe button, like and comment, and we'll see you next time.